Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 18 in the ASV, March 18th, 2023. Whoever isolates himself seeks his own desire. He breaks out against all sound judgment. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. When wickedness comes, contempt comes also, and with dishonor comes disgrace. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook. It's not good to be partial to the wicked or to deprive the righteous of justice. A fool's lips walk into a fight, and his mouth invites a beating. A fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are a snare to his soul. The words of a whisperer are like delicious morsels. They go down into the inner parts of the body. Whoever is slack in his work is a brother to him who destroys. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous man runs into it and is safe. A rich man's wealth is his strong city, and like a high wall in his imagination. Before destruction, a man's heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor. If one gives an answer before he hears, it's folly and shame. A man's spirit will endure sickness, but a crushed spirit who can bear? An intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before the great. The one who states his case first seems right until the other comes and examines him. The lot puts an end to quarrels and decides between wonderful contenders. A brother offended is more unyielding than a strong city, and quarreling like the bars of a castle. From the fruit of a man's mouth, his stomach is satisfied. He's satisfied by the yield of his lips. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. The poor use entreaties, but the rich answer roughly. A man of many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Chapter 18 is a good one. I don't think I said that last week. It's one that we hear a lot of verses kind of in isolation or given out. Whoever isolates himself seeks his own desire. That seems true. When we're doing something that we know we're not supposed to do, we kind of like isolate ourselves to shield ourselves from the opinion. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters, and the fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook. It kind of springs out of us, so as we feed the aquifer, so to speak, by reading the Bible and seeking God, it bubbles out of us. The name of the Lord is like a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are glad. No, I massacred that. But there's a song. We used to sing that in the church, and that's essentially what it would be. I gotta stop with the ums. This is horrible today. I apologize. This one, 12. Before destruction, a man's heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor. It's something we're often told or have heard. I think it's interesting that, we don't, typically as Christians, we don't approve of gambling, or, we definitely don't want to see it to a fault, even if we're willing to be permissive in a small amount, for fun. Which that's a slippery slope, especially with casinos. But, maybe poker night with friends. I have plenty of people that do that, and plenty of friends that do that, I should say. So, not for me to judge, man. It's above my pay grade. But the lot puts an end to quarrels and decides between powerful contenders. Flip a coin, throw the dice. Let's not fight. Let's just leave it to chance. In this case, like another proverb says, like we throw the dice. Or we cast the lot, but it's God who determines how they fall. So in this case, it's a way to seek God's will. In the Old Testament, we see the priest reaching in and grabbing a stone, the Urim and the Thummim, say your prayer, do the ritual cleansing. Well, do that first, say your prayer, and then you reach in and boom, you get a token, yes or no. So I think it's interesting. It's a way to just leave it to chance and have it settle a quarrel, but it's also, if you read further into it, a way to just invite God to affect the outcome and to be satisfied. So death or life Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Those who love it will eat its fruits. Death and life, man. Choose what you say. Every day I make mistakes. With a wife and 3 kids, and formerly 2 dogs, and a hot temper, it is nearly impossible for me to get through a day without speaking, I don't want to say ill, speaking out of line, being too harsh, things like that. So I try to remind myself to slow my thoughts, slow my tongue, and to try to speak out of love and not out of anger. So here's another one. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. My life, although extremely, I would say, difficult, not nearly as much as some, is very blessed. I got these 3 boys, and I just learn every day. I learn a little bit more on how to deal with my own life. So I apologize. All right, with that, I need a haircut. Really, really bad. I know one viewer commented on my eyebrows, but instead of seeing them as a bad thing a long time ago, I just kind of embraced them because that's what I got. And I often joke between the beard and the eyebrows and everything. It's like the magician's rope. You do the trick until the rope runs out and it's gone. And I recently learned that if you have a really strong beard, those same receptors are often strong on your head, and those receptors release that hair, even though they hang on to this hair. And you look at your mom's side to see if you're going to be bald. So, Lord help me, Papa was pretty bald. That's all right. Age gracefully. We'll see over time if the eyebrows stick around. You know what I mean? But with that, be blessed. Go with God. Choose your words.